Hi guys, welcome back. In today's tutorial, I'll show you step by step how to draft a wrap top. Let's get started. We're going to start by taking our vertical measurement. So here I'll go ahead and mark my half length, which is 16 inches, and my bust point 9.5. Then I'll go ahead and connect this into a straight line. Here is my bust point. This is my waistline. At this waistline, I'll come down by 5 inches. You can do 4 inches, you can do 6 inches, just depends on how long you want the length of your top to be. So I'm coming down by 5 inches. I'll go ahead and connect. So we are drafting the back pattern first. So after drafting the back pattern, we'll use it to cut the front pattern. I'll move over to this point and mark my half of my shoulder measurement, which is 7.5. At that point, I'll come down by 1 inch. Then I'll move over to this waist. I'll go ahead and mark 3 inches for the neck width, and I'll come down by 1.5 for the neck depth. Then I'll go ahead and connect it this way. I'll connect the shoulder slope back to the neck width. The next thing now is to measure our armhole. I'll come down here by 7 inches. To get this measurement, divide your bust measurement by 6. Whatever you have, add 1.5 to that measurement. This is our chest line now. So at that chest line, we'll go ahead and mark half of our shoulder measurement. This is just to get the straight line, so you'll be able to curve your armhole. So I'll connect it that way. Then I'll go ahead and find the midpoint of that line. So at that midpoint, I'll go in by ½ inch. I'll come over here and mark quarter of my bust measurement. Then I'll go ahead and curve my armhole. The next thing we're going to do now is to take our horizontal measurement. I'm not putting that in this top, but if you want to put that, you can go ahead and do that. So I'll come here and mark my bust measurement. Then I'll add 2 inches. That's 1.5 for ease and 1 inch for sewing allowance. So go ahead and add to your measurement. You can see that the top is not fitted, so make sure to add ease allowance to your measurement. You can do 1 inch, you can do 1.5, you can do 2 inches, but I'm adding 1.5 for ease and 1 inch for sewing allowance. So I move over here to mark my hip divided by 4 plus 1.5 for ease allowance and 1 inch for sewing allowance. I'll come over here on this chest line. Remember, we already marked our bust measurement over here, so I'll just go ahead and add 1.5 ease and 1 inch sewing allowance. I'll just come over here and adjust this. Then I'll go ahead and connect the points together to form my bodice. Come up here by 1 inch. Then I'll go ahead and curve it this way. So the next step for us to do now is to go ahead and cut out this pattern. I'll go ahead and fold this remaining pattern paper into 2 this way. So now we're drafting the front pattern. So go ahead and place your front pattern on fold. Then place the back pattern on it and go ahead and trace this out. This is the back pattern. And here is the front pattern. So I'm going to put this back pattern aside. I'll go ahead and open this up this way. You can see I place my front pattern on fold. The next thing I'm going to do now is to make my half length visible. So my half length is 16. So I'm going to mark the depth of the front neckline. I'll be making use of 7 inches, which is here. You can use 8, depends on how low you want the depth of your front neckline to be. So at this center fold, when we fold this pattern, there's a line here. So at that line, I'll go in by 2 inches. So you go in this way by 2 inches, not outward, inward this way at that line. So after that, I'll connect from the neck width to this point. So I'll connect it this way. So just watch what I'm doing. I'll place the ruler this way. Still at that point, I'll connect it to the waistline. Connect it this way to the waistline. Remember, this is our waistline. After that, I'll connect it from this point now to these 2 inches I went in by. So just watch what I'm doing. So I'll connect it this way. Go ahead and cut this out. This is the part we're using. So you go ahead and cut ×2 of these. You know it overlaps this way. So this is what we have. So for the back pattern, you place the back pattern this way. Make sure your fabric is on fold. You are cutting one of these on fold. There won't be any joining at the center. So you're going to cut the back part on fold. But for this, for the front part, you're going to cut ×2. Make sure your fabric is on fold. Then you cut this ×2 of this pattern. You know it overlaps each other, so you make sure you cut 2, then you place. When you're cutting it on your fabric, place it exactly how it is. You see the way it is on this table, so you're going to place it like this on your fabric, and you go ahead and trace what you have laid out. You can go ahead and add your seam allowance of ½ inch around. Then if you didn't add your sewing allowance on your pattern paper, make sure to add it on the side while cutting on your main fabric. So you place it this way and cut it out. Then the next thing you're going to do now is to cut the strap we have at the sides of this top. I'll put this aside. I'm going to use this pattern paper to illustrate the strap I'm talking about. Make sure the wideness of the strap is 1 inch wide, and the length depends on how long you want it to be. So go ahead and determine how long you want it. If you want it to be 20 inches or 25 inches, it depends on you. So if you are making it 20 inches wide, you know you're going to cut 2 of the strap. One of it goes round the back and the other one stays on the side. So you go ahead and cut. If one of it is 20 inches long, make sure that the second one is ×2 of that, so it goes round your back. So the neck, you just go ahead and fold it this way when sewing it and just stitch it down. This is going to be on the side. So just make sure that when you're stitching the side of that front pattern, when you're stitching both of them together, make sure to leave ½ inch here on the side. So you just stitch it down this way, then you leave ½ inch and stitch it down. So this is where the rope is going to come out, then go around your back.
Remember the top overlap, so stitch your straps on each point where the neckline and the 2 inches meet at your waist point. When tying it, the longer straps goes in and come out at the ½ inch you left on the side, while the shorter one stays on the side, just like you see on the thumbnail. Hope you guys understand.
So this is it for this tutorial. If this was helpful, do well to like, share, comment and subscribe for more detailed pattern drafting tutorial. I'll see you in the next one.